guys, it's Stephanie with Yarn Ball Handmade Goods. Today we're diving into 3 super cute and super cozy crochet projects that you can make with just one skein of yarn. And the best part is that each project can be done in 90 minutes or less. These are absolutely perfect for quick makes, thoughtful holiday gifts, stocking stuffers, or a present you want to make for yourself. For these projects, I used one skein of loops and threads, soft classic acrylic. It is a size 4 medium worsted weight yarn. It does recommend a size 5.5 millimeter hook, but I did use a 6 millimeter for them. The color is called Lotus Blossom, and it is 252 yards total. When I was done all 3 of these projects, I still had this much yarn left. So that's pretty good. 3 projects with one skein of yarn and still some yarn left is pretty impressive. So here's all the projects we're going to be making today. So I'm going to show you how to make this super cute book sleeve. Very, very simple. Perfect for that book reader in your life. And then we're going to do this quick, easy pair of fingerless hand warmers. Super cute. They kind of look like boxing gloves. But these are perfect for the winter months when it's chilly outside. I thought these were really cute. They cover up most of your hands, to be honest. Your palms are still exposed, but I kind of like that. I like being able to still like use my hands, you know? Sometimes gloves and mittens are a little bit constricting. So I like that these still keep my hands nice and toasty warm, but also I can still use my fingers and my hands. The last item I'm going to be showing you today is this really adorable mug koozie. Perfect for tea drinkers, coffee drinkers, or just anybody who likes drinking out of a mug. Very, very simple and really cute. Works up so quick, only takes a few granny squares. So I will stop yapping and let's get into it. Oh, Meatball's here. She wants to help with the book sleeve. Okay, she's leaving. So this book sleeve is super cute and super, super easy to make. It's a really good idea for a quick gift, a stocking stuffer, anything like that, for that book lover in your life. You can make one for a Kindle, an e-reader. You can adjust the sizing of it if you'd like. The one that I did specifically is 6 rounds total. For all of these projects, I am using size 4 worsted weight yarn, and I am using a 6 millimeter hook. Again, this is very, very easy to make. We just are doing 2 granny squares. I already pre-made the granny squares. If you don't know how to make a granny square, I do have 2 granny square bag tutorials on my channel where I show you how to make a granny square step by step. So I would recommend referring to those. So once you have your 2 granny squares together, you're going to have them with the right sides facing out, and then you're going to seam along 3 edges, leaving the top open. And you can seam them however you like. I did slip stitches in the back loop only. That is my preferred method for seaming. I just think it creates a really beautiful seam, and that's what I like. But you could do a whip stitch, a mattress stitch, however you want to seam it is fine. So grab a book and just place the book into the sleeve, and let's see where we're at here with this. So as you can see, it's looking pretty good so far. However, it is a little bit big around the top of the book, and it's also not quite tall enough yet. I didn't want to keep going with my granny square rounds though, because then it would also grow this way as well. So I would say do about 6 rows and then kind of measure and see where you're at. All books are different sizes, so I just made one for your typical paperback book. So from here, the way that we're going to finish this is I want to do a couple decreases just to make the top not so wide. So I'm going to do some single crochets 2 together. So you're just going to insert, yarn over, pull through, and then insert in the next stitch, yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And then in the next stitch, we'll just do regular single crochet, so I did regular single crochets in the next 5 stitches. So I'm going to do another single crochet 2 together here. and then I'll single crochet in the next 5 stitches. And then I'm going to do another single crochet 2 together. And then in the next 5 stitches, we will single crochet. In this corner here, I am going to single crochet 2 together. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then I'll do another single crochet 2 together. And then we'll do 5 more single crochets. And then single crochet 2 together, and then 5 more single crochets, and then single crochet 2 together, and then in the corner again I'm going to single crochet 2 together. I would say do that in both corners. Let's go ahead and put our book back in here and see how it's looking now. Okay, so it is getting a little bit taller, and you can see now it's definitely more snug around the book. I'm going to do a few more single crochet rows here because I want it to be as tall as the book, and I think I'm also going to decrease a little bit more. There's a little bit of gapping, so I want to make sure we get rid of that. So I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch here and chain 1. And then we'll go ahead and single crochet. So I did 10 single crochets, and I'm just going to single crochet 2 together in the next stitch. And then we'll continue single crocheting. Then when you get to the corners again, we're going to single crochet 2 together, and then we'll single crochet 10 more stitches. 2, 3, and then we'll single crochet 2 together, and then we'll single crochet. Once you get to the corner, you can single crochet 2 together again, and then we're back at our starting stitch, so we're going to slip stitch here. Okay, so we decreased a little bit more in this round, so again, I just want to put my book in here, see if it's fitting a little more snug. Okay, perfect. So that is where I want it. I'm not going to decrease anymore. However, it's still a little bit short, so I am going to do another round or 2 of single crochets. So we're done the 3rd round of single crochets. Let's see where we're at here. Really is the perfect gift for that person in your life that you know loves to read, is always carrying a book with them somewhere in their bag. This is a really adorable way to protect it and just have a nice little accessory. So that's how it's looking. I think I'm going to definitely do another round of single crochets, and then I think it's going to be right at the top. So let's finish that up. Okay, so I just finished this 4th round of single crochets, and that's about how tall I want my book sleeve to be. So I fastened off. I'm just going to weave in this end really quick. Okay, so our sleeve is now done. It's looking super cute. I really like this variegated yarn that I got. So let's see what it looks like with the book. Okay, there it is. So it covers the book absolutely perfectly. It's right up to the top of it, which is amazing. I think this is just so stinking cute. Like, it's such a nice little traditional granny square present to make, but it's something different at the same time, and it's really thoughtful for that reader in your life that is always taking a book with them somewhere, throws their book in their bag. This will protect the covering of it, which is amazing, and it's just a fun little accessory to have when you're a reader. Something else you can do if you want is you can add a button and a little loop on the other side to make a little button closure. That's also really adorable. You can make a row of chains and you can use that to make a tie, to tie the top of it closed if you wanted to. There's so many cute options to creating this adorable book cover, and I just think it's such a really thoughtful, super cute gift for the holiday season. So the second thing is our really cool fingerless hand warmers. I mean, how cute are those? Like, they're non-constricting. Your whole hand is basically open still. And they just look cool. I love these. These are so easy to make, so functional, so useful. These fingerless little hand warmer, I don't know if you want to call them gloves because they don't cover your palm, but they're just a way to keep like your fingers and the tops of your hands warm, but also be able to function. They just look really cute like underneath the hoodie sleeve. So they do also extend up the arm a little bit, which is cool, but yeah, you can put them under your hoodie. These are really, really, really easy to make. I love this. Actually, I think I don't know, have I created this because I haven't seen this anywhere before, so I'm actually really excited to share them. I was just messing around with granny squares and I was like, could I kind of make that like a glove or like a fingerless hand warmer type thing? And they really are warm. Like, my hands are kind of hot right now. But anyway, let's get into how to make them. I think you're going to be surprised how stinking easy these are. All you need is you'll need 2 granny squares that are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mine are 5 rounds each. However, depending on how big your hand is, you might make it 4 rounds, you might make it 8 rounds. But I'll show you how to measure. So the way you're going to measure is you're going to take your granny square, have it in like a diamond shape, and take these 2 corners, fold them inward, and hold it shut in the chain 1 spaces of the corners, or use a stitch marker to hold it shut, whatever's easiest for you. Then you want to slide your hand in, and you just want to see how easily you can slide your hand in, if it feels snug, if it's too big, too small, and then you want to make your adjustments from there. And then you're going to put your finger through this top chain 1 space to hold it onto your hand. So if it fits good around your hand, all your knuckles are covered, your fingers are decently covered, you don't have too much space, but it's also not too snug, you'll know if it fits you right, then I would say you're at the right size. So once you have the sizing right, again, you're going to start sewing these together in the chain 1 spaces of the corners that you folded in. So let me grab my yarn here and I'll show you how to sew this. You can do a whip stitch, matcher stitch, whatever method of sewing you want to do. I like to do slip stitches in the back loops only, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to insert into the chain 1, the back loop only, and then I'm going to attach my yarn here, pull through both of these loops. I like to slip stitch 2 clusters worth. So that's basically the chain 1 space and then 6 more stitches, so 7 total. So we'll insert into the next stitch and then the next one, and we will slip stitch. And then insert into the next stitch, slip stitch. Oh, Meatball's here, she says hi. Hi, Meatball. She just wants her treat. She knows it's time for wet food. Okay, so we have about 3 more to go. And again, this is all made to measure. It really depends on the size of your hand. You might have to do more or less sewing. It just depends. So that's it. So we got 6 stitches sewed together here. So you can see we have this nice seam. So I'm gonna fasten off, weave my ends, and then it'll be done. So again, here are my little gloves. They fit my hands perfectly, super cute and easy to get on. Just slide through, put this top chain 1 space around your finger, and you got a little glove going on. Very cool. These are absolutely perfect gifts to make for the winter months, or if you have any friends that live in a colder climate all year round. These are a wonderful, wonderful gift. Very, very simple. I know sometimes making gloves can be a little bit more of a pain just with sizing and everything, but I feel like this is a way to make something that's close to a fingerless glove that looks really cute, but it's super easy and simple to make. Right, Meatball? Our last item that we have here is our mug koozie, which I just think is the absolute cutest thing. This one is also super easy to make. I'm gonna do 3 granny squares that are 3 rounds each, and then 2 of the granny squares, we're gonna have this little loop on the end, and I'm gonna show you how to make that. Okay, so we are all done making our granny square with the 3 rounds. So what we will do from here is we're going to slip stitch in the top of the chain 3 to close the granny square, and then we're going to do a slip stitch in the next stitch, a slip stitch in the stitch after that, and then slip stitch into the chain 1 space. So now we can work in this chain 1 space. So we're going to chain 10. Once you have your chain 10, you will slip stitch in the chain 1 space on the opposite side. So now we have this little strap attached to it. So from here you can fasten off and weave in your ends. Okay, so now that we have all 3 of our granny squares, we're going to want to sew them together down these 2 seams here. So you want to make sure you have your handles on the outside. Again, I'm going to seam them together with a slip stitch in the back loop only. Okay, so once everything's done being sewn together, just fasten off, weave in your ends, and your project is done. That's it. Simple as that. So here is our little mug koozie. So I'm gonna demonstrate here how to put your mug koozie on with one of my favorite cat mom mugs. So just lay your koozie down and you just put these little straps around the handle, and it's as easy as that. You got a super cute, adorable little cozy granny square mug koozie. Perfect for that coffee lover in your life that you know, or a tea lover, or any kind of drink lover. You can drink anything out of a mug, really. But again, this was so simple to make. It's just 3 granny squares with 3 rounds. They work up so quickly, in a matter of minutes, honestly. Sewn together, you do your quick little chain 10 at the end, and that's it. So stinking cute. So that's it. 3 quick, cozy, and adorable crochet projects all from one skein of yarn. I really hope that you found some inspiration for your next make, or even a holiday gift, a stocking stuffer, anything like that. These are perfect for the holiday season coming up. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Also, please hit the subscribe button and ring the little notification bell so you don't miss any more crochet inspiration and tutorials. I would absolutely love to see what you make, so definitely tag me on Instagram at Yarnball Handmade Goods, and I would love to see your finished projects. And let me know in the comments, are you gonna try to make any of these, or have you made any of these items before? I would love to know. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, happy crocheting. Bye!